I have in my hands the Samsung i8510 Innovate, a new Symbian OS and S60 powered slider phone. The Innovate features a number of key multimedia features, including 16 gigabytes of internal storage and an 8 megapixel autofocus camera on the back. Another of the more interesting features on the Innovate is this new optical joystick in the center of the D-pad controller. It's a normal D-pad controller that you can click through, but the center select button also basically functions as an upside-down optical mouse. So as you move your finger across it, it navigates up, down, left, and right. It's not particularly useful when going through normal menus like this, but when we hook it up with the S60 browser, it gives you full mouse control, which we'll show you a little bit later. The keypad on the i8510 is relatively plain. It's a smooth piece of metal with raised finger guides and a couple of dedicated buttons on it, including back and 2 user configurable shortcut keys. The buttons have a nice tactile feedback to them though, which makes them pretty easy to use. The D-pad cluster on the device, apart from the optical joystick, is fairly straightforward. You've got call end, call send keys, pair of soft keys, and then the 2 silver buttons. The left-hand silver button brings up the S60 menu, and the right-hand silver button brings up the dedicated media menu. One of my favorite features about the camera on the i8510 is this little switch right here, which makes it much more real in terms of camera functionality. Just like on a normal point-and-shoot camera that you would buy at any kind of electronics store, this device has a switch that lets you easily move from still photo to video to playback to view your photos. You can see when I slide it over, it turns back into a camera. Another interesting aspect of that is it also controls the lens cover. Automatically opens and closes as needed. The camera on the i8510 comes with a lot of features, including face, smile, and blink detection. We can see the face detection work here with this CD cover. You can see that the phone puts little boxes around the 4 faces on the picture. The navigation on the camera is also pretty straightforward. You can easily use the joystick to move around, select different screen resolutions, white balance, visual effects, or get into more advanced settings where you can turn on things like anti-shake, wide dynamic range, turn the shutter sound on and off, adjust contrast, saturation, and sharpness, all sorts of stuff like that. Overall, it's a really fantastic camera, and when the fact that it has a whopping 16 gig of internal storage means you can take an awful lot of photos, even at 8 megapixels. Of course, this camera can do a lot more than just shoot still photos. It also records videos in VGA resolution or slow motion videos at 1/8 or 1/4 speed in QVGA resolution. And here you can see a spinning coin video that I shot yesterday. Believe me when I tell you it was really moving a lot faster than that. One of the nice things about S60 powered devices like the i8510 is the active standby screen. You can see we move up and down here and we get different views of what's going on with the device. Upcoming appointments, or here's shortcut menus. You can also bring up the music player. The music player on the device is pretty nice. See, it organizes music by album, artist, playlists, all that kind of stuff. Start up a song here. Album art and a little bit of a graphic equalizer look. I'll fast forward a bit. And if we go back to the standby screen, you can see you can still control the music right here from the standby screen. I just move down to it and I hit right on the D-pad and go to the next track. And then I can continue to do whatever I was doing before, such as look at my calendar appointments.